On the world news tonight, Senate passes state police bill. Federal government discovers solid mineral deposit in Kaduna. Plus, Sokoto High Court sentences 3 convicted terrorists to death. Hello there, good evening and welcome to the Rstv World News. My name is D-TARI EMBERRU. Rivers State is a treasure base of the nation, so let's build and take her to greater heights, for it is a task that you and I must accomplish. Always remember that you can watch our news live on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok and Instagram at RSTVPH. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And now details of the news. A story building under construction along Peter Orderly Road of Abloma Junction has collapsed, killing 1. Godspa Anele, who visited the scene of the incident, reported that the federal, state agencies and private companies were on ground to salvage the situation. The report.
On arrival at the scene of the incident, few posts away from the popular Abloma Junction, sympathizers were seen standing in groups discussing the issue, while some were also seen at the scene engaging in bricks business. However, machines were released by the state government and public companies to evacuate those trapped on the rubble. Eyewitness account says the building site belonged to a Christian denomination and believed to have sold it to an individual who converts it to a hotel. That the building under construction supposed to be about 3-story building, but the owner added more floors with substandard materials, leading to the sudden collapse. According to them, the incident occurred at 9 a.m. on Wednesday, and more than 10 persons were trapped under the rubble, particularly the workers and those doing wood business. They sued for collaborative efforts to save citizens and become brothers keepers, despite ethnic coloration.
Apart from here, this building that collapsed now, what was here before was Redeemed Church. It was downstairs. It's like they sold the place, then the owner, the man that bought it, start building. Yeah, they sold the place, and the person that bought it start building. From the information we were hearing concerning this structure, we heard that the person is building hotel. If you look at the pillar there, you see lifter. It's not up to 2 years they started building this thing. Surprisingly now, we heard this morning that the building have collapsed.
I would have been a casualty of this very problem today, but I thank God my son is alive. I have something to tell Nigerians. We need each other. The ambulance have taken them to the hospital. People are still there because they are on the roofing stage. So they brought more hands. So if care is not taken, we have up to 18 workers on site.
Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Health, Rivers State, Dr. Vincent Wachuku, and the head Port Harcourt Operations National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Chidi Ogundo, spoke more on the incident.
You can see what is happening at the background. We got this information, and as a health team, we had to quickly mobilize the ambulances and as much personnel to come for the rescue. So far, they've been able to rescue 2 persons that were severely injured, and they have been rushed to Rivers State University Teaching Hospital. Of course, we have also activated the hospital waiting. They are there waiting. The emergency medical services is there. Then the emergency unit in the Arusut are also there. In fact, I've seen the head of department, Arusut.
And if you look at this side, you see another excavator coming. We've been able to use it to push the robots this side, and 2 victims has been rescued. We still have more people trapped. So this is second excavator now is going to go through the other side. You see that tipper that is coming. So the first one here is going to be pulling all these robots there, so as to have space. Meanwhile, we from NEMA, we've been able to use our excavation machines to cut off all the rods that were holding those people there before they were rescued. So now the whole head of establishment, federal establishment, we have met, we've discussed, and we are trying to brainstorm to bring the best strategies to rescue the rest people.
God's Power Anele, Rstv News.
Inadequate healthcare infrastructure and lack of trust in the local healthcare system has been identified as some key drivers of medical tourism in Nigeria. In this report, Nnamdi Ulimni examines factors responsible for medical tourism and efforts that should be made to reverse the trend.
Medical tourism in Nigeria is primarily an outbound phenomenon, with many Nigerians traveling abroad for medical treatment due to lack of confidence in the country's health system. Statistics has it that Nigerians spend over $2 billion annually on medical trips to the United Kingdom and India alone. A medical practitioner and the chief medical director of Meridian Hospital, Dr. Ikechukwu Odo, mentioned other factors responsible for medical tourism in Nigeria to include brain drain, cost and quality perception, shortage of manpower, and the demand for specialized treatment, particularly complex surgery operations.
One of the driving factors had been ignorance. The other is that syndrome of wanting to be like others. The brand movement. What is popular? What is common? What do people do? Many go because others are going. And of course, the third is a genuine desire to get from outside what people are not able to get back home.
Dr. Odo, however, pointed out some risks associated with medical tourism to include medical complications, legal issues, and financial burden, among others. On how to reverse the trend, he recommended investment in high-class healthcare facilities, public-private partnership, focus on local capacity, and policy awareness.
Home, things are beginning to improve. Those of us who are staying back are doing our best to correct that impression, to improve quality, to improve standard, to improve efficiency, even though unfortunately it's been all self-effort. If you have a doctor who has the will, has the courage, has the creativity, and the commitment to productivity, and you enable him with finance and the economic and social regulation, he will touch the sky.
To reduce or reverse medical tourism in Nigeria, government should not only invest more in the health sector, but private sector participation should be encouraged by providing the enabling environment. Nnamdi Ulimni, Rstv News.
The Senate on Wednesday passed the landmark constitutional amendment bill establishing state police services nationwide, marking a major step in Nigeria's long-running efforts to decentralize policing and strengthening internal security. The bill, titled "The Bill for an Act to Alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 1999 to provide for the establishment of state police and related matters, 6th Alteration Bill 2026 SP 1055, was approved during consideration by the Committee of the Whole, presided over by Senate President Godswill Akpabio. With this passage, the legislation replaces the existing Nigeria Police Force framework with a dual structure comprising a federal police service and state police services. The bill creates a constitutional basis for state policing, including the establishment of state police commissions, while retaining the federal police structure in every state until a state police service becomes operational. The passage of the legislation represents one of the most significant constitutional reforms in Nigeria's security sector and is expected to reshape policing, public safety, and intergovernmental security relations across the Federation. Now, the federal government has recorded a major breakthrough in its solid minerals sector following the discovery of a world-class polymetallic mineral province in Kaduna State, containing platinum group metals, gold, nickel, copper, lithium, and rare earth elements. Madele Alake announced this Wednesday at the opening ceremony of the African Natural Resources and Energy Investment Summit 2026, held in Abuja under the theme One Africa, One Resource Vision. The announcement came as Sterling Mining and Company Limited unveiled an estimated 3.3 million metric tons of lithium reserves at its Abuja mining site during a facility tour organized for delegates attending the summit, highlighting the increasing pace of exploration activities and Nigeria's push to move from raw minerals exports to value-added processing and manufacturing. Alake described the discovery as one of the most significant developments in Nigeria's mining industry in recent years, saying it was verified by the Nigerian Geological Survey Agency and could significantly strengthen the country's position in the global race for critical minerals. He explained that the discovery was made by a private company working in collaboration with the agency. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency and Anambra State Command has intensified its war against illicit drugs, arresting 559 suspects and securing 128 convicts within the last 11 months. The State Commander Charles Onubogu disclosed this in Oka on Wednesday during a press briefing ahead of the 2026 International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, observed annually on June 12. Onubogu added that the arrested suspects, comprising of 475 male and 84 female, were nabbed for various drug-related offenses, adding that the command seized about 1.8 tons of different categories of illicit drugs during the period under review. The NDLEA boss further revealed rehabilitation of 102 persons battling substance abuse within the period, comprising 99 males and 3 females, adding that the command has also provided counseling and quick intervention services to dozens of other drug users. And now from Ogun State comes this report that the Ogun State government has reiterated its directive prohibiting public and private schools from charging students any fee for graduation ceremonies and end-of-session parties. The Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Arigbabu, reaffirmed this while receiving members of the Ground Union of Private Schools Association, GAPSA, at the office in Oke Mosan, Abeokuta on Wednesday. He explained that the directive followed widespread complaints and controversies from parents over the imposition of exorbitant charges by some schools for graduation-related activities. Arigbabu stressed that the state government would not condone any practice that places an unnecessary financial burden on parents under the pretext of organizing school ceremonies. Now, a high court in Sokoto State has sentenced 3 convicted terrorists, including a foreign national, to death by hanging for terrorism-related offenses and illegal arms trafficking. The convicts, identified as Jabi Alhaji Yale, a citizen of Niger Republic, Yusuf Muhammad, popularly known as Salau, and Kabiru Muhammad, were found guilty following a prosecution initiated by the Department of the State Services DSS. Delivering judgment in suit number SS/45C/2026, Justice Nuruddin Mohammed Bello of High Court number 23 Sokoto held that the prosecution proved its case beyond reasonable doubt through evidence and witness testimonies presented before the court. The court also ordered the forfeiture of all monetary exhibits and assets recovered from convicts during the investigation to the federal government. The court also ordered the forfeiture of all monetary exhibitions and assets recovered from the convicts during the investigation to the federal government. Now, Rivers State is a treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task that you and I must accomplish. And up ahead on the news, France confirms the first Ebola case. And in sports, Olympics to offer all games competitors $10,000 grants. Details shortly. To stay.
Rstv, your source for authentic coverage. View us on
YouTube RSTVPH, Facebook RSTVPH, TikTok RSTVPH,
and GoTV at channel 142.
It's up to architect Bisola and builder Brian to rebuild the city.
We'll need some help. Let's get up and go!
You'll need more Cowbell Choco to complete your mission.
To get up and go, give them Cowbell Choco.
There is something about this God.
Activating the unexplainable love of God.
Greater love had no man than this.
Greater love than no man, eh?
That a man laid down his life for his friend.
You see, when God loves you, he fights your unseen battles. You are sleeping, you don't even know what is happening, but he's there fighting your battles for you. You are sitting in your house, he will raise a voice somewhere to be campaigning for you. Today, every storm in your life shall become still. The best way to find true love is to find God. Remember, God never sends you into a situation alone. He goes before you, he stands beside you, he walks behind you, he's always with you. All those that rejected you, as the Lord liveth, they must surely bow before you. When you have nothing left but God, you will discover that God is enough. God knows how long you have waited. Every second will be what at the end. So it doesn't matter how the devil have damaged your life now. Don't worry. God is about to remold you, repackage you, redesign you, and beautify you.
OPN, Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
No worries, I go make am. Mogo Bible.
Victor, even you they use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money Point, made for your progress.
Are you okay?
Babe, let's go. I'm not letting malaria steal our big moment.
Only the best, oh. Only the best, oh.
Say no to malaria, yes to life. Amatem soft gel, only the best matters.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Pohacords.
Yeah, welcome back. You're still watching the world news, and now to the rest of our reports. Beginning with the foreign news. Kenya has signed a $1.2 billion deal with China Road and Bridge Corporation to expand Nairobi's Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, the country's transport ministry said on Tuesday. Last week, Davis Churchill said Nairobi had appointed Africa's Trade and Development Bank and the Africa Finance Corporation to arrange financing for the project that will nearly triple the airport's capacity to 22 million passengers a year. The plan includes a new passenger terminal and the rehabilitation of existing runways and aprons in the 2024 Kenya. In the 2024, Kenya was forced to put the project on hold when it cancelled the deal with India's Adani Group after U.S. bribery and fraud indictments against its founder, Gautam Adani. The resumption of the project comes as Nairobi's position of East Africa's lead innovation hub is under threat from Rwanda and Ethiopia, both of which are increasing investment in their airports in an effort to bring in more airlines and passengers.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Pohacords. This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv.
France has confirmed its first case of Ebola. A doctor who had returned from a humanitarian mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The doctor was immediately admitted to a specialized facility and is in stable condition. The French Health Ministry said on Wednesday. DR Congo announced an Ebola outbreak last month, but experts believe the virus had been circulating for weeks previously. Tens of thousands of homes in western France are without power, with temperatures set to peak across the country during a record-breaking heat wave. About 68,000 homes in Brittany have been affected, with electricity unlikely to be fully restored until Wednesday night at the earliest, authorities said. Meanwhile, the temperatures soaring France is being forced to rethink its long-standing reservations about one possible answer to climate change, air corn. This week, debate about La Clim, climatization, has since again burst out, while with Marine Le Pen on the populist right using a mass subsidized rollout and traditionally hostile Greens conceding that some air conditioning may now be inevitable. The head of the global nuclear watchdog has said it will carry out inspections in Iran under the country's preliminary peace agreement with the U.S. The inspections will indeed take place. International Atomic Energy Agency Director General Rafael Grossi told reporters in Japan, adding that modalities are being worked on dates, procedures, places very soon. Elon Musk has fallen below the trillionaire milestone following a step sell-off in global technology stocks that erased more than $500 billion from his personal wealth within just 1 week. The Tesla and SpaceX chief executive, who had recently become the first person in history to surpass a $1 trillion fortune after a surge in SpaceX-related valuation gains, has now seen his net worth decline sharply amid a wider downturn in tech equities. And in sports, the International Olympic Committee, which has been under growing pressure to introduce prize money to the Olympics on Wednesday, announced that it was setting up a grant for every athlete who takes part in the Games. The IOC on its website said every athlete at the Olympic Games will be eligible for a new $10,000 fit for the future Olympian grant, adding that the total fund would be worth $140 million for each 4-year Olympic cycle. And on entertainment news, a Grammy-winning Nigerian Afrobeat singer Damini Ogulu, popularly known as Burna Boy, has become the African artist with the highest number of entries on the Billboard US Hot 100 chart. He surpassed fellow Nigerian singer Temilade Openiyi, popularly known as Tems. Now, Rstv